be called as a hero when they do good things in our society, even in our country, like what Jose Rizal did. He had proven that pen is mightier than the sword, and he didn't use violence to fight on the Spaniards. Rizal's pen may not have an immediate effect, but it made a more lasting impact, and still very significant after generations of Filipinos. Jose Rizal became the Philippine national hero because he fought for freedom in a silent but powerful way.
Background of Rizal. Dr. Jose Protasio Rizal, Mercado E. Alonzo Realonda, known briefly as Dr. Jose Rizal, was born on June 19, 1861, Wednesday, at Calamba, Laguna Province. He was baptized at the Catholic of Calamba by the priest Father Rufino Colliantes with Father Pedro Casañas. Jose Rizal was the seventh of the 11, who had 9 sisters and 1 brother. Both his parents, Francisco Mercado Rizal and Teodora Alonso Realonda, were educated and belonged to the distinguished families. The future political leader had already learned the English alphabet when he was 3 years old. Jose was able to read and write by the age of 5. A man with multiple professions. While pursuing a land surveyor and assessor degree at Ateneo, Rizal also enrolled in a law preparatory course at the University of Santo Tomas. But after learning that his mother was going blind, he changed his major to medicine at UST and later specialized in ophthalmology. In May 1882, he decided to travel to Madrid, Spain, where he earned his licentiate in medicine from the Universidad Central de Madrid. Apart from being a medical expert, a poet, and an essayist, Rizal possessed a variety of other extraordinary abilities. He could paint, sketch, and create sculptures. He became a polyglot, a person who is fluent in 22 languages: Hebrew, Filipino, Ilocano, Visayan, Subanon, Chinese, Latin, Spanish, Greek, English, French, German, Arabic, Malay, Sanskrit, Dutch, Japanese, Catalan, Italian, Portuguese, Swedish, and Russian, as a result of his 10-year stay in Europe. Aside from poetry and creative writing, Rizal was skilled in architecture, sociology, anthropology, fencing, martial arts, and economics. His works and writings, novels, and essays. El Amor Patrio, 1882 essay, Toast to Juan Luna and Felix Hidalgo. Noli Me Tangere, 1887 novel, literally Latin for Touch Me Not. Alin mang lahi, whatever the race. Sa mga kababaihang taga-Malolos, to the young woman of Malolos, 1889 letter. Annotations to Antonio de Morgas Sucesos de las Islas Filipinas, 1889. Filipinas dentro de 100 años, the Philippines a century hence, 1889 to 90 essay. Sobre la indolencia de los Filipinos, the indolence of Filipinos, 1890 essay. Cómo se gobiernan las Filipinas, governing the Philippine Islands, 1890 essay. El filibusterismo, 1891 novel, sequel to Noli Me Tangere. Una visita del Señor a Filipinas, also known as Friars and Filipinos. 14-page unfinished novel, written in 1889, and many more. His novels awakened Philippine nationalism. Rizal had been extremely vocal in his opposition to the Spanish government, but in a peaceful and progressive manner. For him, the pen was mightier than the sword, and he exposed the corruptions and wrongdoings of government officials as well as Spanish friars through his writings. Among his best works, however, two novels stood out, Noli Me Tangere and El Filibusterismo. Rizal harshly criticized Spanish colonial rule in the country and exposed the failings of Philippine society at the time in both novels. Because he wrote about the injustices and brutalities committed by the Spaniards in the country, the authorities prohibited Filipinos from reading the controversial books. Nonetheless, they were unable to completely prohibit it. As more Filipino read the books, their eyes were opened to the fact that they were being subjected to unspeakable abuses at the hands of the friars. Rizal's unfaithful days. When he returned to the Philippines, Rizal founded the La Liga Filipina, a progressive organization. Rizal was now viewed as a greater threat by the Spanish authorities, along with his novels and essays, which led to his exile in Dapitan, northern Mindanao. This, however, did not deter him from carrying on with his reform plan. Rizal established a school, hospital, and water system in Dapitan. He also taught farming and worked on agricultural projects such as making ropes out of apaca. On his way to Cuba, he was captured in Barcelona and returned to Manila to face the court-martial. Rizal was charged with sedition, conspiracy, and rebellion, and was sentenced to death by his firing squad. Days before his execution, Rizal bade his motherland and countrymen farewell in one of his final letters, Mi Ultimo Adios, or My Last Farewell. Dr. Jose Rizal was executed on December 30, 1896, in what was then known as Bagong Bayan, now referred to as Luneta. When he heard the order to shoot him, he turned to face the squad and exclaimed in his final breath, Consummatum est. It is finished. According to historical accounts, the Filipino martyr was killed by a single bullet. His legacy continued to live on. The Philippine Revolution continued after his death until 1898. On June 12, 1898, the Philippines declared independence from Spain with the assistance of the United States. The Philippine flag was raised at General Emilio Aguinaldo's residence in Kawit, Cavite. Today, the Filipino people remember and honor Dr. Rizal's brilliance, compassion, courage, and patriotism. Students and professionals are constantly analyzing his two novels.